Welcome back, my friends. I hope that everyone is doing well. We have a lot of powerful energy that is coming at us here on Earth right now. So I thought that it would be pertinent to do a podcast about signs that we may be picking up on the collective energy. And I know for me, it's been pretty intense these last couple of weeks. I know we've had a lot of solar activity. The Schumann resonance has been up and down. And if you are unfamiliar with the Schumann resonance, I recommend that you do some research on that. But in a nutshell, it's the global resonance, and it's roughly around 7.83 hertz, but it has been fluctuating quite drastically over the last at least year or two. And that 7.83 hertz falls into that theta and alpha brainwave state, which is roughly between 8 and 12 hertz. And so when the Schumann resonance fluctuates, it actually affects the human body as well. So not only are we having fluctuations in the Schumann, but we're also having large, massive solar activity coming at us here on Earth. So as empaths, it's very easy for us to pick up on the energy of others because we are so highly sensitive to the feelings, the intentions, and others' motivations. So it's almost like we can feel the energy of other people on a very deep level that many don't understand, many who aren't empathic. So someone who is empathic may sympathize with how someone else is feeling, but being an empath is much deeper than that. And empaths can feel the emotions of others whether they want to or not. And that's what I believe many of us are going through right now. So it's just something that we do have control over. We can discern when we are picking up the energy of others. So, are you feeling very tired and unmotivated for no reason at all? Or, maybe everything in your life is going really well, yet you just can't shake this strange feeling of sadness or sorrow or heaviness or maybe guilt or shame. You find yourself worrying about things that usually don't bother you. Or maybe, you wake up in the morning and you're feeling fantastic. And then by mid afternoon, you're just feeling sad or overwhelmed or heavy. And there, you know, there's like an electric current that can be surging through your body, causing you to feel shaky or unsettled. And I know that I feel this oftentimes. I'll be in my space all alone, and then I'll decide I need to run out and run some errands. And then by the time I get home, I just feel like a totally different person than I did before I left. And so it makes us want to isolate ourselves. It makes us want to hermit as empaths. And it really makes us want to do that until we can learn how to master our own energy and discern what energy is ours, what energy is someone else's, what energy is the collective energy. So, what is the collective energy? The collective energy is the energy of a group of people. And so the Maharishi effect was shown that when a group of people get together and they set a certain intention, they can actually shift the energy and transform it. So, right now, with what's going on in the world, many people are on the same wavelength, many are on that same energetic frequency. And when we as empaths step into that frequency, whether we're on a different vibration or not, we can pick up the energy of that group of people around us. And think about it yourself. When are some times that you've noticed this or you've recognized that you're in your own energy and then you're around other people and it shifts and it changes? And so it can be very overwhelming at times, especially if you're not in full awareness of your own energy. So that's why it's so imperative to spend time alone, spend time in solitary with your own energy so you have a better understanding of what your energy is. And when you're around others, you can pick up on it a lot quicker when you have a better understanding of your own energy in itself. So, what are some signs that you are highly sensitive to the energy around you? You may be a very strong overthinker. You may often find yourself completely convinced that there's something deeper going on that can't be seen. And this is because you are picking up on the motivations, the intentions, and the feelings of others that most people who aren't sensitive aren't picking up on. So, you are picking up on that telepathically or through your energy field. You and then as a result of that, you can constantly feel tired. I know this is one that I struggle with often. Well, really, I'm not struggling with it anymore because I am surrendering to it and I'm giving into those moments where I'm just absolutely exhausted and I'm resting. I'm laying down and resting because oftentimes when you feel overwhelmed, your body needs to recharge. When we are working on ourselves so much on an energetic or an emotional level, it takes time for our physical body to catch up. Our physical body is a much denser frequency. Okay. It's much more third dimensional. And when we are working on our energy and we're working on our emotions and we're doing that inner work, it takes the physical body some time to catch up. So when you're feeling tired, you're feeling worn out, it's so important to get the rest. Give your body the permission to rest. And if you're picking up on all the emotions that you experience on a daily basis, you could potentially be experiencing the feelings of others on top of your own. And that can be so extremely draining. Another sign is that you're a peacemaker. You want to harmonize everything because as empaths, that's what we do. We transmute energy, we harmonize. That's how the universe works. That's how the law of attraction works. When you're around someone and you have a stronger frequency or a stronger quality in a certain area or aspect, you will attract people who do not have that strength in that aspect or that frequency. And the result is to harmonize. So when you both come together, you harmonize that energy. So oftentimes you want to be a natural peacemaker and you often end up making compromises on your own needs to, you know, make others happy. Or you may force yourself to keep your own personal feelings inside so that you can focus on the happiness of others. And what that does is it takes your power away as an empath. So when you're standing strongly and grounded in your own energy, you don't need to pick up the energy of others. You don't need to carry that burden for them. You give that energy back to them to empower them to work through it, through their own inner work. You may notice yourself having mixed emotions. You may be highly sensitive on the inside, but you could be distant and reserved, or maybe even cold on the outside. You crave intimacy with others, but you are rarely ever allowing yourself to get close to someone. And this is because it's so much work to carry the energy of others. And as empaths, even sleeping in the same bed with someone or sitting on the couch with someone, our energetic fields are at least 6 feet apart from one another, right? And so when you're sitting next to someone, you're encompassing their energy. And as an empath, you're harmonizing it, you're transmuting it, you're filtering it. And if your physical body or your vessel isn't clear or clean, then it's going to cause blockages and stagnant energy within your body, which can cause you to have feelings of overwhelm or trapped emotions. And they may not even be yours, they may be the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So, it can be very kind of disillusioned, I guess, that when we are around people, it makes you want to isolate and be away from people. But in reality, it's important for us to be around people because we are changing the frequency. We are raising the vibration as empaths. And it's important to discern when you need to reset your own battery, when you need to take a step back and charge yourself up and step away from others, but then don't isolate yourself so much where you're not connecting, because as humans, that's a very strong quality of ours, is connection. And that's what we need to be doing. But we need to be doing it with balance and harmony. And we need to be setting boundaries when we do it. So another sign that you are highly sensitive to the energy around you is that you're extremely creative. You may be attracted to creative outlets in many forms, which could be writing or painting, maybe music or dancing, and you crave a way to express those emotions. So, being creative allows you to let go of some of those emotions that are weighing you down, and it gives you a chance to relax and feel free, even if it may be for a short time. And so, using those outlets when you're feeling those energies coming up, using your creative outlets, however that may look, will definitely help you recharge your batteries. You may start experiencing deja vus, and you experience these strange coincidences more than the average person, and you often get this feeling of I've known this person before, or I've been in this environment before, I've experienced this before. And this can happen because you're so sensitive to your surroundings, and you can also notice that others may not be picking up on that information. So we're very highly sensitive to picking up on parallel realities, past lives, the energy of the land. I know for me, I'm a grid worker. I really pick up on the energy of the land, and when I travel, I will feel emotions kind of bubble up inside of me as I'm walking or driving or riding my bike through certain areas. And so it really is important to understand that very subtle energy that ripples through you when you are picking up on the energy of yourself or others or the land. You may not be close to many people, and this has a lot to do with protecting our own energy. And even if you have a large family or a big group, you're, only truly close to a handful of people. And a lot of it has to do with empaths. We pick up on people's authenticity so easily. We can read through people's lies. We can sense their energy. They may be saying something, but their bodily language is saying something else. I know for me, I don't always listen to the words. I pick up on their actions and how they're moving, those nonverbal cues. And I can definitely sense when someone is telling the truth or not. And maybe that's something that you can pick up on as well. You really want to be close to others, but you know, handling all of their problems and their emotions can be so extremely overwhelming. And I know for me, when someone is a drama queen or someone likes to just create all of that very amped up energy, I have a difficult time being around them because it's almost like a chaos energy. And when you are empowered and you are grounded in your own energy, you can walk into those situations and transmute it. But if you are not grounded and you are unstable in your own energy, it can make it really difficult because I call it, I know I've called it in last podcasts, the aura. The aura is our powerful energetic field that just amplifies our own energy. And if we aren't taking care of our energy and our aura, it can cause holes in it, which I call Swiss cheese aura. And if we aren't positively working on our energy body, then it can cause those holes. And when we're around people who have a lower frequency or someone who's gossiping or creating drama or negativity, what happens is that energy can kind of burrow itself in those holes in that Swiss cheese aura, and then that can create an impact on us. And when we aren't properly cleansing our energy, then we are carrying that energy of others. And that's not doing them any good, right? We all are here to learn how to work with our own energy and how to transmute it as empaths. And so when we are carrying the energy or the burdens of others, we may think, and I was like this, early on when I was working in the healthcare industry, I was carrying the energy of those grieving families, and I thought I was doing a good thing. But over time, my physical body started to feel it. My emotional body started to feel it, and it became so overwhelming for me that I couldn't take it on anymore. And then I realized that I was enabling them, right? I was taking away what they needed to process, why they were here on earth for their own journey. I was taking away their grief for them and trying to transmute it, when in reality, it was their energy to transmute. So you may feel very home in nature. And this has been a lifesaver for me. When I have recognized that I've picked up the energy of others or maybe an environment, I immediately get out into nature. So, being outdoors makes you feel at peace. The sunlight regenerates you, the smells really cleanse and purify you, and the sounds can relax your central nervous system. So just being in nature and relaxing your mind, you're nurturing your spirit. And oftentimes when I'm in nature, whether, if it's cold out, I can put my hand on a tree, or if it's warm, I can sit on the grass, take my shoes and socks off and put my bare feet on the ground. When I'm doing that, I'm actually setting an intention to send any energy that is not mine back down into the earth to transmute. The earth is a huge transmuter. She is like the ultimate empath. And she transmutes the energy for us. And she is willing and allowing of us to do that. So when you've had those bad days, get outside in nature and allow the earth to cleanse your body, your mind, and your soul. You may be constantly searching for answers, and this was an area that I highly dove into, very many rabbit holes. You find yourself always looking for a deeper meaning in your life, in your purpose, and you're constantly searching for ways to improve yourself or to learn something new. And you begin to crave a thorough understanding of many different subjects due to your drive for personal growth. And that is something that I think as human beings, that's why we're here. We're teachers, we're students, it's a cyclical cycle. And so if we aren't learning, we're teaching, we're sharing. And if we aren't teaching and sharing, we're learning, we're understanding more knowledge and more wisdom. And I know me as an empath, I can pick up on the subtle energies of the Akashic records, the cosmic internet, so to speak. And so when I deep dive, I'm not always looking for external validation. Oftentimes, I can go into a meditation and find internal information through connecting to my higher self, that higher being, the higher source, and gathering information, whether that be going back to ancient Egypt or, different timelines. I can do that. And you can too. It takes some practice. I always say that meditation, connecting with the Akashic records, whatever it may be, is just like a sport. Or learning an instrument. It takes some practice. It really does. And then once you do it, you get so good at it. And then you can kind of pop in and out of it as you choose. And I know with me, oftentimes when I'm working with clients, I will be, consciously aware that something is coming up through my subconscious mind. And then, boom, I have the information. It just kind of comes through. So the more that you learn how to do that, the better off you will be. And another tool that I use when I'm questioning if I've picked up the energy of others is muscle testing or applied kinesiology. I really encourage you to learn applied kinesiology. It's a very simple method, and it really just uses your body to ask questions to your subconscious mind. So I will ask my body, if I'm feeling a very charged emotion, is this energy mine? Yes or no, right? If it is not mine, then I send it back to that person with love and, and for healing. If it is mine, then I ask more questions. When did I pick up this energy? At what age did I pick up this emotion? Is it my emotion? Is it generational? Is it mom's side or dad's side? How many generations back does this trapped emotion go? And I just really start diving into it and I start muscle testing. An excellent book to learn muscle testing is The Emotion Code, and that's by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And in that book, he teaches you how to muscle test through different trapped emotions. And that's primarily where I learned muscle testing, but I also did a lot of different courses to get a little bit more fine tuned with it. And the funny part is, I learned all of that, and now I don't always need it because my intuition kicks in. And I look at all of those little tools that I teach you guys or that I share as little training wheels, right? So when we're little and we want to ride our bike, we put training wheels on our bike. But as we get better at the balancing and being able to stabilize ourselves on the bike, we're able to get rid of those training wheels. And then, maybe some of us, as time goes on, we can ride that bike without any hands. I know that was me. And so it just takes practice, like I said. So if any of this resonates with you, then odds are you're probably picking up on some of that collective energy. So, utilize those tools and techniques. Another way that you can cleanse that energy is to take a bath or a shower. Visualize yourself just washing off any energy you may have picked up from others, and just visualize it going down the drain and letting it go, just letting it all go. And that's why water is so healing and so cleansing. And there's so many ways that you can cleanse the energy off of others, through saging or sound baths, sound bowls, chanting, meditation, intention. There's so many ways. So really, it's what resonates with you and what you feel most comfortable with. But I think the most important part of this podcast was to just kind of give you an idea of when you are picking up on the collective energy. So I wish you all so much amazing, uplifting, positive energy, purifying, cleansing energy. And I hope that this information empowered you. And I look forward to sharing more information with you soon.